Good afternoon, fans. This is your girl from Mel's Mat Chat, and this is your official AEW review of Wrestledream 2023. How is everybody doing today? I hope everybody had a great wrestling weekend. We had NXT No Mercy, and we had AEW Wrestledream last night. I legitimately woke up at the end of the match and when he debuted. Tony, please do us a favor. Stop with the 15 fucking matches. You take away you take away the 4 fucking matches that were on the 0 hour. Still, there was most of those matches were not needed. Those matches belonged on fucking Dynamite, Collision, or Rampage. I'm telling you, I can't do this. I can't do AEW. It's ridiculous. Too many matches. If you would have taken at least 3 of them out, it would have flowed better. You would have given more time to the matches that desperately needed it. I mean, for Christ's sakes, the TBS title match was rushed. To me, it felt rushed. It was like, I could have gone another 5 minutes. There was a lot of things that I didn't like about this pay-per-view. The freaking goddamn midnight. I'm tired of this. Doesn't fucking Tony Khan think, I think people need to go to work in the morning or people have to get up early to go to school and everything. Let's try to get this done by 11 o'clock, okay? And I understand that they were in Seattle, so like here was midnight, but it was like 9 o'clock there. I mean, come on, Tony, please give us a bone here. Seriously. There was really great matches, which could have flowed a little bit better if we had the time. I mean, you're going to hear as I'm going through this event that the stuff that now 0 hour is 0 hour. That really, to me, doesn't really give 2 shits. But there was a match that could have been on the main card because it was more. It was like what happened during the Bryan Danielson Zack Sabre Jr. match. But Wheeler Yuta and Ricky Starks, really? That could have main event Dynamite. I mean, come on. What other match? I even have my trusty book here that I keep. We could have had we didn't even need the tag team title on there because we already had the Ring of Honor. FTR could have taken a powdering and said, you know what? We're already having something to find our next opponent. They could have done something else. We already knew that they were going to win. So this was a freaking match that didn't even need to be on there. I mean, for Christ's sakes, I'm shocked that he didn't freaking put Saraya on. Oh, that's right, because it wasn't big enough for her. Because she needs the fucking goddamn 70, 80,000 or even 50,000. I mean, come on. Come on. And it was when I found out that match at All Out, that when she won the or All In, whatever, one of those back-to-back pay-per-views, she wasn't even slated to fucking win the title. She didn't need the title. She didn't need to have the title. So why are we putting it on her? And she's hardly even fucking wrestling. She's no fucking Brock Lesnar. She's not a draw. So why is she getting treated like a draw? I also am going to, as I'm going through this, giving you my thoughts of each match. If there's any little things that I came out with it, it's just so much easier instead of spewing it right in the beginning and whatnot. But please do me a favor. Please follow me on my social media, which is Instagram, TikTok, Threads, X/Twitter, Facebook. That is now verified. So go check me out over there. And I also have Cameo. So if you need somebody to break bad news or good news or whatever your little heart desires, it just better be tasteful and not vulgar, because I don't do that. I will immediately refund your money. I'm not doing that shit, whatnot. It's less than a card. It's $5. What do you have to lose? So go check it out. Everything is Mel's Match Hat. So it's very consistent, so you don't have to worry about that. Please also go check out the people over at Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. Get all your beard essentials over there. Also, please do me a favor, go check out the people over at Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. Get all your itinerary to murder your thirst, which you got spring water, unflavored sparkling water, flavored sparkling water, and iced tea. They're very good as mixers, so take it if you will. Also, please go check out the people over at Deathwish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. Get all your coffee essentials, and it's just such a killer products. Please do me a favor. I believe it's this coming month. I think it's Friday the 13th, if I'm not mistaken. Go check out HOG Wrestling and hogwrestling.net. And if you could be there at their next event, which is, I think, Friday the 13th. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Go and if you can't be there and get tickets and stuff like that, go check them out on the Premier app for only $9.99 a month. So that is that. Please, while you're here, please like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I go live or upload a video, you know about it. Now let's get this party started. Let's get this 0 hour. We're going to start off with 0 hour. And my glasses are fucking schmutzy. It's like 20,000 times a day. I can't see shit. I mean, I could see, but it's like I'm squinting, which it hurts my eyes like crazy. That's why I have bifocals, which I think I'm going to get them removed because I really don't need them. I just, hopefully that the bottom ones could be the whole glasses. That would be great. All right. We are coming live from the Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle, Washington. They had an opening thing on with Tony Khan, and it was the ring opening ceremony to honor legendary trailblazer dreamer WWE Hall of Famer Antonio Inoki. Tony Khan with some representatives from New Japan Pro Wrestling, including the grandson of Antonio Inoki, Antonio Taro Inoki, and Hirota Inoki, Ichi and Sanda. So throughout the entire pay-per-view, we had not the entire pay-per-view, the entire 0 hour, we had Excalibur, Jim Ross, and Nigel McGuinness, which I think Nigel McGuinness needs to start moving into like Dynamite and everything like that. I like that because I was actually, before No Mercy, I actually sat and watched the very first NXT UK, the UK tournament, and it was so nice to hear Nigel call the action with Michael Cole. I would have loved, please, if they can do this, replace Kevin Patrick with Nigel McGuinness, and let's just call it a day. That would be great. That would be phenomenal. We started off with an 8-person mixed tag team match. Diamante, Lee Moriarty, Mercedes Martinez, and Shane Taylor versus the Ring of Honor World Women's Champion Athena, Billy Starks, Keith Lee, and Satoshi Kojima. Athena ducked and kicked Diamante and suplexed her. Athena and Billy Starks hit tandem tope suicidas on Diamante and Martinez. Shane Taylor charged into Keith Lee, but Lee barely budged. Lee took down Taylor with a Hurricane Rana. Taylor walloped Keith Lee with a cheap shot. Lee Moriarty tagged in, but Keith Lee hurled him across the ring and tagged in Kojima. Kojima lit up Lee Moriarty with rapid-fire chops. Kojima spiked Moriarty with a DDT for a near fall. Athena rocked Lee Moriarty with an O-face. Keith Lee planted Moriarty. Kojima nailed Lee Moriarty with a lariat and pinned him for the victory. So that was pretty much. I was actually. I think I picked them, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, I picked them. I gotta, as I'm going through this, I gotta actually keep track. So I got one right so far. We move on. Blackpool Combat Club. Claudio Castagnoli with John Moxley. By the way, John Moxley's got a potty mouth. He's got to stop freaking. He's got to stop thinking that he's at backstage. He can't be dropping the S-bomb. He can't. He was also doing commentary for the Bryan Danielson match. Knowing that he just dropped the S-bomb, you don't send that guy back out. You have him sit there, you don't have him say a word. And if you do want to have him say a word, you have somebody in his ear saying, don't curse, like every couple minutes. Don't curse, John. Don't curse, John. And now, if it was me, if I was setting the fines, I would set it out for a very hefty pay, like good, like in the like not just $10,000 either, like close to almost $100,000. Like, hey, John, I gotta fine you $75,000. This will teach you not to drop the S-bomb or any other curse word that's out there. It was shocking. I don't understand. Bleacher Report better freaking do something, honestly. Anyway, we had Claudio Castagnoli versus the War Master, John Barrett. John Barrett was the most feared catch wrestler in the. John Barrett is Josh Barrett is the most feared catch wrestler in the world today, said Nigel. John Moxley joined the broadcast booth. Oh, that was a great idea. Barrett and Claudio grappled to the mat. Barrett went for a knee bar. Claudio spun out of it. Claudio began to connect with the hammer and elbow strikes. Barrett fired back with the dragon screw leg whip. Barrett kicked to the inside of Claudio's leg. Claudio retaliated with European uppercuts. They traded forearms. Barrett blasted Claudio with a spinning leg kick. Claudio grabbed legs of Barrett and put him in a giant swing. Josh Barrett threw Claudio with a double arm suplex. Claudio transitioned from an octopus submission to a crucifix and pinned Josh Barrett. It was over before you even started, but I want more of this. This is what I want more of. Barrett heard a lot about you. He gets on the mic. Claudio, you're highly regarded. Hearing about it's the one thing. Experiences is another. And they are all correct. They don't understand how great you actually are. I promise you. Inoki-san would approve of you. I came with no expectations, and I leave with the only highest expectations for you. Tonight, I gave you a challenge, and you overcame. I'm very proud of you. However, this ain't over. You owe me more time, and I will come someday, and someday, someplace for that time. Claudio, anytime, any place. We need a dose on. We need a second on this match. And I don't want fucking 10 minutes. I need at least 15 to 20 minutes. These two can go. And I'm telling you, it's going to be fucking lit. Hi, Chris. How are you? I was actually, when I found out that this match was going to be taking place on 0 Hour. Why isn't this on the main card? Ricky Starks and Wheeler Yuta was fucking. It was about the same time that they announced it. And you want me to care about that match? This match was more fucking interesting, and it didn't even have a build to it. That match is like, oh, Ricky Starks doesn't know what else to do. Guess where he's ending up? With his buddy Cody. Bank on it. This is basically, in this day and age, we have WCW and WWE. It's history will always repeat itself. And you're gonna get my thoughts on the whole thing with Adam Copeland later on at when we come down to the main event. Luchasaurus versus Nick Wayne. This was another match that wasn't even needed on the pre-show. I would have taken this match, 86th it, put it on fucking Dynamite or even Rampage, and put gave them more time, Claudio and Josh. Don't at me and tell me when I'm telling lies. I've been watching wrestling far too long for this. Far too long. Luchas. Oh, definitely was the match of the night. Definitely match of the night. Oh, I got my first little floaty stars, hearts. I'm so happy. Ooh, that's so cool. I just marked my own self out. I'm sorry. Thank you, Chris Jackson, Denver. Thank you so much. So Luchasaurus planted Nick Wayne on the back of his neck with a German suplex. Nick Wayne's mother was watching from the front row. Nick Wayne connected with 2 thrust kicks. Luchasaurus headbutted Nick Wayne in the midsection. Luchasaurus picked up Nick Wayne and chokeslammed him over the top rope onto the ring apron. Nick Wayne used the moonsault to take down Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus countered Nick Wayne's world with a nasty shot to the back of the head and pinned Nick Wayne. Tell me that that wasn't going to happen. I mean, I would love to know what the fuck is happening with Action Andretti. Like, shit. I mean, come on. There's going to be a handful of people that are going to go to WWE and they're going to use them. It's basically, all right, they're sitting down like, all right, who could be better off and who can we trade? It's basically that. It's like, all right, let me use this as an analogy. CM Punk just got fired from AEW, so they needed to replace him. They replaced him with Adam Copeland. Guess where fucking CM Punk's gonna go? He's almost but confirmed. I would be totally shocked if he doesn't show up. I mean, he's not needed, but it would be totally shocking that he's not there because of the whole situation. And you know for a fact, we all know how CM Punk Phil Brooks is going to be. He is going to bury Tony Khan so far down that the Undertaker is going to have problems getting him back up from the recovering of his body. Or the Undertaker is going to need more fucking dirt to fill the hole. Another match, which wasn't even needed. All right? But I think it's kind of funny that the House of Blacks, when they had the Trios Championship, that they were always on the main card. They never was on 0 Hour. The Acclaim has it with Daddy Ass, 0 Hour. They are making a fucking mockery of this division. I mean, for Christ's sakes, look at the titles. I call Pink now the Acclaim. It's disgusting. Oh, wait till I get to that match. Holy shit. I was hoping for one, and we end up getting a complete other. And I'm also right with the match that I just reviewed. I'm more two. I'm winning by I've predicted two matches correct. AEW World Trios Championship match: The Acclaim and Daddy Ass versus TMDK, Bad Dude Tito, Mikey Nichols, and Shane Haste. Max Ford out of TMDK's corner and tagged Billy Gunn into the match. Billy Gunn hit shoulder tackle on Shane Haste as the referee was distracted. TMDK double teamed Bowen's Bad Dude Trio, sent Bowen soaring with an exploder suplex. Bowen's peppered Bad Dude Trio Tito with elbow strikes. Tito cracked Bowens with a spine buster. Billy Gunn tagged in and cleaned house on TMDK. Bad Dude Tito German suplexed Billy, but Caster was there to break up the pin. Bowens smashed Bad Dude Tito with the arrival. Max Caster hit the mic drop and pinned Bad Dude Tito. The pay-per-view portion of Wrestledream is going to kick off. We had what we needed from this. This was perfect, this match. It did what it needed to be done. It was a little bit of a comic. It showed MJF's comedical side and his adversity, and he still brought out a little bit of being an scumbag last night, which I'm always for. From one Long Island woman to one Long Island man, I gotta support him. I gotta support my Long Islander, Long Island strong, especially the past couple, like almost a week and a couple days. My God, we needed the strength. I have never seen so much rain in my entire fucking life. It was ridiculous. It was days and days on rain. Oh, Maron. Yes, I'm Italian, so I could say Maron, okay? Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions 2-on-1 handicap match. MJF, the World Heavyweight Champion, AEW World Heavyweight Champion versus the Righteous, Dutch and Vincent. The human suplex machine Tad joins the commentary booth. So MJF appears and the devil has arrived in Seattle. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little mad about the rumors that I attacked Jay White. I had nothing to do with it. To top it off, someone went to my locker room and stole my mask out of my bag. And to make matters worse, my boy Adam Cole is hurt and isn't here. But it's all good because I'm going to make sure when he comes back, these ROH World Tag Team titles are waiting for him. I'm going to hit Dutch with a body slam, and Vincent, I'm going to grab you by the dirty dreads and shove your head up Dutch's ass. When the match started, Righteous swarmed MJF and stomped a mud hole into him. Dutch connected with a ripcord lariat, and Vincent followed up with a low flatliner for a near fall. MJF tried to go for a tag. His tag team instincts kicked in, but then he realized his partner, Adam Cole, was out with injury. Yeah, that's what I thought, but you got to realize you can't pin MJF. He's the world champion. So the way it came down, I'm kind of glad about it, but it also kind of stifles those tag team titles. I would do like if you get disqualified, you still lose the title situation, some sort of convoluted way to get the title off, but still make MJF not get pinned. How they do it, I have no fucking clue. Maybe a battle royal or something like that, where he has to put the title on, and then he immediately gets eliminated. So basically, like what they did with Roman Reigns in the Royal Rumble, something like that. So Dutch powered bombed MJF, and Vincent swooped down with a death from above senton for a 2 count on MJF. Vincent drilled MJF with a bossman slam. Dutch distracted the ref while Vince grabbed a block of wood and a steel chair, intending to break MJF's leg. MJF grabbed Vincent in the groin before Vincent could swing the chair. Oh my God, that was hilarious. Vincent rattled MJF with a pump kick. Vincent tried for a senton, but MJF sat up, dodging it in time. MJF chomped down on Vince's forehead. MJF's body slammed Dutch. The slam that took Seattle, maybe the world, said Taz. MJF grabbed Vincent by the hair and rammed him into Dutch's back end, his ass. MJF followed up with a double kangaroo kick. MJF drilled Dutch with a heat seeker and pinned Dutch with his feet on the ropes. That's why I said that little bit of the scumbag came out. MJF somehow, someway has retained the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles to kick off Wrestledream, said Excalibur. We go on to an ode to Mr. Antonio Inoki. This is because I was wondering what the fuck was going on with this match. Now it made perfect sense. So, let's see. Did I get the that one right? Did I get that one right? Yes, I did. I got another one right. So that's 3. Let's recap of 0 hour. Let's see. I got Luchasaurus right. I got that. I took Josh Barnett, so Claudio, so that was I broke even. It was 2-on-2. I got 2-on-2 and I broke even on that one. Ring of Honor World and New Japan Strong Openweight Championship match. Eddie Kingston versus Ring of Honor Pure Champion Katsuri Shibata. Shibata put Eddie in a deep waters with a knee bar. Kingston managed to crawl to the ropes, forcing the ref to break the hold. Shibata locked on the figure 4 in the center of the ring. Eddie grabbed the ropes, managing to escape, but he was wearing agony on his face. Shibata put Eddie in a bow and arrow. He transitioned to a side headlock. Kingston threw Shibata with a high angle back driver. Kingston fired off machine gun drop chops. Shibata rocked Eddie in the corner with a running drop kick. It broke down into a slugfest with Shibata and Kingston exchanging strikes. Kingston nailed Shibata with an exploder. Shibata swept Kingston's leg and dove him into the mat. Shibata applied the Cobra Twist. He transitioned into a ground octopus submission, and Kingston was fading. Kingston forced the rope break, grabbing the bottom rope. Kingston walloped Shibata with a spinning back fist. Kingston drilled Shibata with the Northern Lights bomb for a near fall. Kingston came back with another spinning back fist and then powerbomb for the pin on Shibata. What a match. What a win for Eddie Kingston. It was a war, said Excalibur. And then after the match, the two of them were in the ring and they were just showing admiration, which I like that. That was something that these things it kind of warms my heart, you know. And they didn't even have any feuds or anything. So, you know, TBS Championship match, Chris Statlander versus the House of Black, Julia Hart with Brody King. Tony Schiavone joined the broadcast booth for this match. Statlander charged with a knee, but Julia moved out of the way. Chris plowed into Julia Hart with a shoulder tackle. Julia Hart connected with a thrust kick to Statlander. Julia pulled Chris out of the ring with a handful of hair. Statlander picked up Julia and carried her up the ring steps. Julia escaped with a distraction from Brody King and swept out Chris's legs on the apron. Julia whipped the TBS champion into the guardrail. Julia mounted Chris, bounced her head off the mat repeatedly. Julia rammed her knee into Chris's ribs. Julia launched herself on Chris's back and squashed her with a senton. Out of desperation, Chris power slammed Julia. Statlander charged into the corner with a knee to the side of Julia's head. Statlander rattled Julia with a blue thunder bomb for a near fall. Julia was about to spray the mist into Chris's eyes, but Chris slapped it right out of her mouth. Chris climbed the top rope, but Julia met her up there and launched Chris into the ring with a spider German suplex. Julia connected with a moonsault press and went for the pin, but Chris got her boot on the rope. The way it was when she picked her, it went right on the rope, didn't she? Oh my god, that was a real stupid move. You pick up the leg, you know her legs are the size of Mount Kilimanjaro, and he went on the ropes. Did she have any ring awareness, Julia? Apparently she didn't. But this was a good match for her. The fans chanted, "This is awesome, this is awesome." Julia applied the heartless submission, but Chris stood up and smashed Julia with a Sunday Night Fever, scoring the pinfall and the victory over Julia Hart. So, with what she has done with the title and getting it from Jade Cargill, they need to capitalize that. They need to keep, like, not mentioning Jade Cargill's, because you know that name is not going to be uttered at all now. But they need to reference her as much as they can to keep getting her over, because they need to start finding because I don't want freaking the same title length as Jade had. She needs to keep this at least another 6 months, and she then needs to start prepping herself to go for the AEW World Women's Championship. It's got to be. It's got to be. They don't have a freaking person to take off the title off of Athena. I would love that. I would love Chris to take the title off of Saraya. That's the opponent I want for her. Oh, I was fucking goddamn getting fucking bashed last night on Twitter. Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, heed my warning. If you criticize the Young Bucks, be prepared for a shitstorm. I had a shitstorm last night to the point that, you know what? I'm just saying to myself, Jesus Christ. I even tweeted out, if you criticize the Young Bucks, it's like committing the 11th commandment. I am dead serious. I am dead fucking serious. I mean, come on now, please. And you would think that they want to put give this opportunity to, I don't know, possibly Hook and Orange Cassidy, or maybe the Guns. But they take the fucking goddamn opportunity for themselves. They already have the 6-man tag team titles. Nick Jackson's going against Rey Fenix. I mean, how much more? I mean, it doesn't seem coincidental that after they signed their new contracts, or they extended their contracts, or whatever the case may be, it's like they weren't doing anything, and now all of a sudden they're getting all these opportunities. And they're saying, they put over other people. No, they fucking don't. They are selfish. Really great wrestlers, but they're fucking selfish as hell. I think this is the company where all selfish people go. Let's see if Adam Copeland puts anybody over. Because the first time that he doesn't, I'm going to be fucking on here. And I don't care if it's not the podcast. Because I will fucking go, and I will purposely go and review that particular show when it's over. You will know about it. And I thought it was for the Ring of Honor. It was actually for that is on me. I made that mistake. So I thought Hart was going to win, but she didn't, and it's Statlander. So I'm 1 for 1 on the main. AEW World Tag Team Title, number 1 contenders match. The Guns, Austin and Colton versus the Ring of Honor World 6-Man Champions, the Young Bucks, Nick Nick and Matt Jackson versus the Lucha Brothers, Penta El Zero Miedo and Rey Fenix, which is the international champion, which that's another team that didn't need to be in there, with the versus the FTW champion Hook and Orange Cassidy. Nick Jackson and Rey Fenix traded forearms, then super kicks. Cassidy tagged himself in and tried for orange punch on Rey Fenix, but Fenix countered with a thrust kick. The Guns swarmed the Lucha Brothers in the ring, battering them with cheap shots. Colton blocked a DDT from Orange Cassidy. The Bucks served up a pair of super kicks to the Guns. Hook tagged in and lit up Matt Jackson with big right hands. Matt Jackson sent Hook overhead with a Northern Lights suplex. Hook retaliated with a Northern Lights suplex of his own. Hook set Matt Jackson for a ride with a high crotch suplex. Orange Cassidy and Hook double suplex the Guns. Orange flew out of the ring with a tope suicida on the Young Bucks. Penta entered the fray and staggered the Guns with thrust kicks. Colton hit Penta with a blindside shot. Penta El Zero Miedo jumped off the top rope with a double cross body press on the Guns. Penta dropped Austin with a thrust kick. He planted Colton with Made in Japan for a near fall. Austin Gunn got rocked by the orange punch from Cassidy. Hook locked in the red rum, but Nick Jackson grabbed and hit a 450 on Austin and Hook. The Bucks super kick Hook and then Colton Gunn. The Bucks dashed Penta with a BTE trigger, and Nick pinned Penta. And they're all for putting over other people. And so much for the fucking goddamn EVPs not booking themselves to go over, you know? So we're going to have the FTR versus the Young Bucks and if you think they're not walking out with the titles, then you're certainly mistaken. Sooner or later, people are going to figure out that the Young Bucks are selfish. They are selfish. Because if it's not about them, they don't give two shits. They don't. They're great wrestlers, but they refuse to put over younger talent. They refuse to fucking do the job. FTR, because now CM Punk is not there, so CM Punk is not there to protect FTR. So when this happens, you all know who said it first. Ring of Honor World Six-Man Champion Hangman Adam Page, Mogul Embassy Swerve Strickland with Prince Nana. This was another match that I was kind of on the. I really thought that Hangman was going to win because of who he's not related to, but who he's associated with. I was extremely shocked. So Swerve cracked Page in the face with a strike. Page sent Swerve overhead to the mat with a fall-away slam. Hangman connected with a lariat. Hangman powered bomb Swerve onto the apron and then onto the barricade. Page soared from the ring post and crashed onto Swerve with a moonsault. Hangman followed up with a pop-up Liger bomb for a near fall. Hangman smashed into Swerve with a tope. Hangman went after Swerve's injured hand. Hangman nailed Swerve with a flying forearm off the top rope. Swerve took down Page with a flatliner. Swerve rattled Hangman with a backbreaker. Swerve smashed Page with a double foot stop and rocked Hangman with a house call for a very close near fall. Hangman Adam Page is hurt and hurt bad, said Nigel. Swerve was looking for a pile driver on the steel ring steps, but Page countered with a dead eye. Page bit Swerve's injured hand. Page went for a buckshot lariat, but Swerve countered with a drop toe hold. The fans chanted, "This is awesome, this is awesome." Swerve snapped back Page's arm, hyperextending Page's elbow. The AEW medical staff were checking on Hangman, but Swerve didn't care, hitting a double foot stomp. Swerve drilled Page with a 450 on the injured arm. Hangman shocked Swerve with a comeback lariat. Swerve retaliated with an arm bar. Page escaped and hammered away at Swerve's damaged hand. "We're in the middle of a classic," said Nigel. Hangman dodged a double lariat and countered with the buckshot lariat. Hangman was clutching his injured right arm. He covered Swerve for the pin, but Prince Nana pulled Swerve's boot onto the bottom rope. Paul Turner ejected Prince Nana from the ringside. As Prince Nana was arguing with the referee, Page went for the buckshot lariat, but Swerve countered by hitting him with Prince Nana's crown. Swerve covered Page, but Page kicked out at 2. Swerve blasted Page with a house call. Swerve served up a second house call. Swerve planted Page with a JML driver and scored the pin. People are saying that MJF needs to drop the title. He needs to get a singles title of his own. I would actually put, if Ray Phoenix is truly hurt, fuck Nick Jackson. Put it on Swerve. Allow him to take that. You go from, you need to know how from a babyface and then it goes to a heel. I want to see how he is going to treat that title, and how all the work that has been from John and Ray and Orange, how he is going to take that and then take it to the next level. Because then if that's the case, he's going to go against Nick Jackson. What a way! He's supposed to be a babyface. Instantaneously, Swerve is going to turn into a babyface. Nick is going to work heel. Allow him to have that title. It gets him ready to possibly face MJF. That's going to be his test. If he can get it over, then that could be a way of getting that title off of MJF. And there you go. There you go. Give him the international title. We'll be good. This match did not need to be on there. Did not need to be on there whatsoever. I want to apologize. I have allergies all year round, and today it's kicking up. Blackpool Combat Club. Wheeler Yuta versus Absolute Ricky Starks. John Moxley's up the... oh, God. Tony, when you do something good and then you do this, you kind of negate whatever you did good. John Moxley is back at the commentary booth. Starks and Yuta chain wrestled during the early goings of the match. Starks and Yuta turned up the smash mouth wrestling, trading stiff strikes with one another. Starks suplexed Yuta. Wheeler isn't going to wilt under pressure, said Moxley. Big Bill walked down the ring. Starks rolled up Yuta for a 2 count. Starks spiked Yuta with a DDT. Starks powerbombed Yuta. Starks used a hammer and anvil elbows on Yuta, but Yuta grit his teeth and got to his feet. Yuta shoved Starks off the apron, but Big Bill caught Starks. Yuta applied the seatbelt on Starks for a near fall. Starks speared Yuta. Starks followed up with a Rochambeau and pinned Yuta. Starks was staring at John Moxley, smirking. Wheeler Yuta needs to get the fuck out of the Blackpool Combat Club. Hey, Terry, how are you, doll? Wheeler Yuta needs to get the fuck out of the Blackpool Combat Club. He is the proverbial pin boy. or should I say the fuck boy, or the pussy whip boy? I mean, come on. Wheeler Yuta went from the best friends to the Blackpool Combat Club. At least Wheeler Yuta was winning in the best friends. So now he's a jobber. He's basically if you want to get over, you're gonna go to Wheeler Yuta. Why? He's very good. I've seen him in New Japan. I don't know. I don't know nothing, right? Dream match. American Dragon. Or sorry, I gotta put on my Justin Roberts voice. We have the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, versus the New Japan Pro Wrestling TV champion, Zack Sabre Jr. And I'm happy that they didn't put the title on. This is a human game of chess. We're going to watch a masterclass, said Nigel. Zack tried to work over Bryan's arm. They exchanged submissions, and Zack was looking for an armbar. Danielson escaped and put the Indian Deathlock on Zack Sabre Jr. Zack then escaped and went into a full mount. Stalemate here in the early going, said Excalibur. Danielson escaped a bow and arrow from Sabre. Danielson went for a European uppercut, but Sabre counted and then stomped on Dragon's arm. Danielson battered Zack's leg with a dragon screw, but Zack cranked Bryan's neck. Danielson and Sabre had Sabre in the Tree of Woe and brutalized him with body shots. They jockeyed for position on the top turnbuckles. Danielson drilled Zack with an avalanche butterfly suplex. Danielson followed up with a single leg crab, but Zack reached the ropes with his boot. Danielson nailed Sabre with stiff shots. Danielson captured Sabre's wrist with stomps on his head. Danielson and Sabre traded European clutches. The fans chanted, "This is awesome. This is awesome." Hey, remember to like the video. Come on. Zack blistered Bryan with a PK kick to the inside of his arm. Danielson escaped a submission attempt from Zack by reaching the bottom rope with his boot. Danielson stomped Sabre in his tracks with a roundhouse kick. Daniel stomped Sabre in the head. Danielson nailed Sabre with a shoulder capture suplex. Zack is on wobbly legs, said Moxley. Danielson scored with 3 knee strikes and pinned Sabre. I loved the match, but I didn't like the outcome of it. Zack Sabre Jr. should have won. Danielson should have put him over. He did it in a losing way, but he should have had that big win. Even because of the fact that Danielson is going to be basically winding down his career. What a match. What a physical war. What a hell of a match, said Jim Ross. This was one of the finest displays of wrestling I have ever seen in my life. What an experience this was for everyone, said Moxley. This was a good go-between before the main event. This was a great go-between. Very go-between. This and the tag team title match. Which, at the end of this, made no fucking sense. So we're going to probably have some sort of other match coming forth. Trios grudge match. Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, and Kota Ibushi versus the Don Callis family, the Alpha, Konosuke Takeshita, Sammy Guevara, and the IWGP US champion, Will Ospreay. Jericho chopped Sammy's chest. Sammy tagged out to Will. Jericho chopped at Will's chest, taking Will right off his feet. Jericho and Omega used a double suplex to further punish Will. Both teams entered the ring with a hockey fight broke out. The ref restored the order in the ring. Takesha connected with a Takesha line to Omega. Ospreay tagged in, but Omega in and put Omega in an abdominal stretch. Omega back body dropped Ospreay. Takesha planted Omega with a blue thunder bomb. Ibushi drilled Sammy with a high round kick, followed up with a moonsault for a near fall. Jericho dropped down on Sammy with a lion salt. Jericho was looking for a lion tamer, but Takesha entered the ring and sent Jericho flying with a German suplex. Takesha walloped Ibushi and Omega with suplexes. Omega flew over the top rope with a tope con hero. Ospreay and Takesha cut onto Ospreay and Takesha. In the ring, Sammy rocked Jericho with a Spanish fly. Sammy jumped off the top rope with a shooting star press onto Omega outside the ring. Sammy clocked Omega with a cutter off the top rope. Ospreay powerbombed Ibushi in the back of the head. Takesha and Ospreay hit Jericho with a pair of high boots. Sammy used a code breaker on Jericho. With all three members of the Don Callis family attacked Jericho. Ibushi decked Ospreay. Ibushi decked Sammy. Ibushi and Takesha traded strikes, and Takesha leveled Ibushi with lariats. Ibushi fired back with a lariat of his own. There was a point in this match, and I'm not joking, that they were fucking legitimately gunning for Ibushi. It was like, come on, motherfucker. You think that this is going to hurt me? It's like he had this, like, you fucking serious, pal? Come on. I just was picturing fucking Shinsuke Nakamura and goes, come on. It was hilarious. I know he probably wanted to do that, but he couldn't because it's not his shtick. So Ospreay counted Omega's one-wing angel and then collided with Omega with the Sky Twist press. Chris Jericho was looking for a Judas effect on Sammy. Ospreay shoved Sammy out of the way and ate a Judas effect from Jericho for his troubles. Jericho took Sammy out with a Hurricane Rana. Jericho covered Sammy, but Ospreay held the ref back long enough for Sammy to gather himself. Jericho countered Sammy's GTH and was looking for the walls. While Will had ref RBF were distracted, Don Callis cracked Jericho with Jericho's baseball bat. Sammy covered Jericho and scored the pin, while Takesha held back Omega and Ibushi for making the save. I did not like this. I did not like this whatsoever. So they do this. They keep cheating and they keep cheating. They need to fucking goddamn show Don Callis of really who's in charge. Oh, I love iced coffee. Little suggestion: you take a little bit of coffee mate creamer, vanilla, little pumpkin spice creamer, and vanilla. It tastes like a pumpkin pie, with a lot less calories. This was another fucking match that wasn't needed. We could have been out of there no later than 11:15. It would have been great. AEW World Tag Team Champions FTR Cash Wheeler and Dax Hardwood versus Aussie Open Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis. Cash sent Fletcher towards the sky with a back body drop. Dax tagged in and Davis traded chops. Davis body slammed Dax and stuck with a senton. Mark Davis wanted to make a statement, and did he ever, said Nigel. Dax hit a snap suplex and then a snap leg drop on Fletcher. FTR double teamed Davis with chops. Aussie Open lift up FTR and rammed them together, smashing the spins. Davis threw Cash to Fletcher, and Fletcher powerbombed Cash. Cash suplexed Fletcher from the top. Dax tagged in and jabbed at Kyle. Dax neutralized David and focused his firepower on Fletcher. Dax German suplexed Fletcher and followed up with a diving headbutt, but Fletcher moved out of the way. Dax drilled Fletcher with a slingshot powerbomb for a near fall. Fletcher hoisted up Cash, and Davis jumped off the Tom turnbuckle with a straight crescent kick to Cash. Dax suplexed Davis, and Cash splashed him. Fletcher broke up the pin attempt. Aussie Open sandwiched FTR with lariats. Aussie Open smashed Cash with a shatter machine. They followed up with a Colores, but Dax ran in to break up the pin. FTR rallied back with a spike pile driver on Davis on the apron. After the super shatter machine, Cash pinned Fletcher. Another match that didn't need to be on here. Main event time. TBS champion, 2 out of 3 falls match. Christian Cage versus Darby Allin. And I'm sorry for this. My nose is itching like crazy. Hopefully I'm not coming out with a cold. Christian Cage sent Luchasaurus to the back to prove that he could do this all alone. Darby used a back heel kick on Christian. Darby followed up with an arm drag. Darby held onto a side headlock. Christian Cage got to his feet and punished Darby chest with chops. Darby pulled Christian's turtleneck over Christian's head and scored the first fall with a jackknife pin. It's like when our shites just fucking died. We knew that was gonna fucking become a problem. I didn't think it was gonna be this fast. Nick Wayne's mother was watching from the front row. Christian Cage stomped on Darby's head. Darby dodged a diving headbutt. Darby surprised Christian with a code red for a near fall. Outside the ring, Christian walloped Darby into the steel barricade. Christian approached Nick Wayne's mother. She threw a drink into his face. Darby rocketed out with a coffin drop. Darby tried for another coffin drop, this time in the ring, but Christian countered by raising his knees. Christian charged at Darby, knocking him off the edge of the ring and down onto the announcer's desk. Christian suplexed Darby onto the steel ring steps. Christian slammed Darby off the apron, diving him onto the edge of the ring steps. Darby countered, and the second fall was awarded to Christian Cage, so we now have 1-1. While Doc Sampson and the referee was checking on Darby, Christian was tearing up the padding off the ring. The medical team brought down a stretcher and placed Darby on it. Christian frog splashed Darby, who was on the stretcher. Christian Cage picked up Darby and placed him back in the ring. The pine boards were exposed. Christian nailed Darby with a kill switch and on the exposed pine boards. Darby sidestepped a spear attempt. Christian Cage applied a scorpion deathlock on Darby. Darby was able to crawl and reach to the bottom rope, forcing the ref to break the hold. The fans chanted, "Let's go Darby, let's go Darby." Darby gouged Christian's eye. Darby planted Christian with a scorpion death drop. Darby nailed Christian with a coffin drop for a near fall. Darby went for a second coffin drop, but Christian pushed him onto the turnbuckles. Christian rocked Darby with a sunset flip powerbomb on Darby. Christian tried for the spear, but Darby moved, sending Christian into the ref. Christian dropped Darby with a low blow. Christian grabbed the TNT title, but Nick Wayne ran down and pulled it away from Christian. Nick Wayne took the title and clocked Darby in the head with it. "What the hell?" asked Taz. "What a betrayal," said Excalibur. Christian Cage covered Darby for the pin and retaining the TNT title. That was that. All right. Now we get where it's taken to another level. Christian Cage kissed Nick Wayne on the top of the head. After the match, Christian Cage held Darby by the arms and Nick Wayne began to pummel Darby. Sting came to the ring awfully fucking slow. Sting struck Nick Wayne and Christian Cage Luchasaurus popped Sting in the face. Nick grabbed Sting's leg. Christian placed a chair underneath Sting's head. Christian was about to hit Sting with a concerto when the arena lights turned off. When it came back on, the rated R superstar, the rated R superstar, Adam Copeland came onto the ramp with a massive ovation. The rated R superstar, Adam Copeland, got into the ring and asked for a chair from Christian. Adam Copeland clobbered Nick Wayne with the chair. Copeland speared Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne, Christian Cage retreated. Copeland shook hands with Darby and Sting. What an unforgettable moment, said Excalibur, and we are off to Dynamite on Wednesday. We are at the Stockton Arena in Stockton, California, and there is something going on. I believe either it's this Tuesday or the following Tuesday that it's going to go head to head with NXT. I think NXT should move to Wednesday just for one time. Really fuck everybody up. But that was the end of that. Now, I'm going to give you my thoughts on Adam Copeland joining AEW. All right. Adam Copeland saw a fucking spot that needed to be filled. CM Punk is no longer there. I don't know what the relationship with CM Punk and Adam Copeland are it. But he took advantage of it. He's got basically CM Punk's spot. Adam said in the scrum that he had done everything he wanted to do. Why did he say that? I haven't worked with AB. He hasn't worked with Karrion Kross. There was when he won the Royal Rumble, went down to NXT. He says, "Hey, I'll come back here and have unfinished business with you." Karrion Kross. Why couldn't he work with like a Cameron Grimes and all that stuff? They had people there. But they chose. I would have actually liked to see him join back to the Judgment Day and really fucking run roughshod. Could have worked with Imperium. Could have worked with Gunther. Have that extra notch on his belt. Former Intercontinental Champion himself. There was plenty of people. Tell me that there wasn't. And I don't want to hear it. There was plenty of people. You go on the roster. You go and look up and down. There was plenty of fucking people. Did he open his mouth? Probably not. And I think that's really shortchanging like a lot of people in WWE. He said during the Toronto show that this may be the last time and blah, blah, blah. And he's winding down and yada, yada. Signed a full fucking contract, a full-time contract. Give me a fucking break. He was talking out of both sides of his mouth, and I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate somebody belittling me like that. He took us for a fucking fool. We tuned in, they were hyping this all up and blah blah blah, and now he's over in AEW saying that it's a fresh roster. Okay, there's a fresh roster, but you still had business over there. You still had business with WWE. You had a lot of business over in WWE. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. I'm bringing out my phone, and I am actually going to go on to WWE.com or the app or whatever it is. I can't see. I have to put my glasses on, which sucks. Let's go to, let's alone go to current superstars. Let's go to SmackDown. They could have done business with Austin Theory. Austin Theory could have used the rub from him. What about a Bobby Lashley? What about Butch? What about Cameron Grimes? Now since Jimmy Uso was on his, could have done business with him. Could have done business with Karrion Kross. Let's see. We could have done. He could have done business with Ridge Holland. Maybe a Solo Sequoia. Now that's just SmackDown. Now let's go to Monday Night Raw. Because tell me that he supposedly didn't have fucking people that he could have worked with. Tell me that. Because I am telling you, he could have worked with so many. Could have worked with Apollo Crews, a Braun Strowman, Bronson Reed, Cody Rhodes. There you go. That could have been a good fucking feud. A Drew McIntyre. Imperium. I just mentioned Imperium. A Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Kevin Owens. I was waiting. I was hoping that we get a Kevin Owens and Edge feud. Maybe a Ricochet could have done a one-off. Shinsuke Nakamura. Do I have to keep fucking going with this? Do I really need to keep going with this? I mean, come on now. Who does fucking Adam Copeland think that he thinks that we're stupid? There had to been over 20 people that he could have worked with. Most of them they could have fucking could have went back to on Judgment Day. And he could have placed himself as like he was still with the Judgment Day, but he was a free agent. That means he could go wherever the fuck he wanted. Meaning that if he wanted to go to NXT to work with anybody in NXT, he could have. So I want to know where the fucking people that are saying, oh, there was nothing left for him to do there. I just gave you 20 fucking people to do business with. But he didn't want to do that because now he's free. And now he's free to do whatever the fuck he wants. And he's going to do moves that are going to put him in fucking danger. I don't want to hear in like 9 months that he's injured. I don't want to hear it at all. All right? Because then I'm going to come on here and I'm going and clip this, please. Please do me a favor and clip this. I'm going to tell you, I told you so. He is going to do things that he wasn't allowed to do in WWE, and he's going to end up getting fucking hurt. And I'm going to be the one to sit here and say, you know what, I told you so. I really told you so. I mean, I just don't understand this. I mean, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. He's doing what he wants to do and whatnot. But you know what? I kind of, it kind of is a little scudgy. That's kind of like really scudgy. WWE has worked with him to get him back. He shows up at the Royal Rumble. Okay? That's an ovation. What he got last night was, we knew what was going to happen. We've already experienced him coming back to wrestling. So what I saw last night, please, come on. He just switched teams. It's not like he's coming after, 10 years he's coming back. Now, CM Punk, let's go back to CM Punk. CM Punk had the right to get that ovation. So with everybody going, oh, I cried, it was the best night of my life. So you're going to negate the night at the Royal Rumble. Keep that energy. Keep that energy. Because let me tell you something, you are the biggest fake on the planet. Biggest fake on the planet. Now I'm going to keep reiterating. Great. We'll have matches and all times too. But it's not a big fucking deal. We've seen this with Hulk Hogan. We've seen this with Macho Man. We've seen this with everybody. We've seen it with the talent that got released and they went to TNA. It's not a fucking big deal. I'm not like, oh my God, Adam Copeland's in AEW. Okay. I got my jollies at Royal Rumble. Okay? Bring it down. And I know the reason why that that TK was jockeying for him. Because the attendants suck. They needed to fucking land this guy. They had no fucking choice. Had no bloody fucking choice to get Adam Copeland. Because there was no way in hell that they were going to get anybody else. So TK better be fucking glad that where he is, that this landed in his lap. Because he would have been in trouble. And please, for the love of God, TK, stop doing the fucking pile drivers. Stop doing this shit. It's ridiculous. It's not necessary in 2023. And if you're going to use the move, use it sparingly. I wanted to go less than an hour. Of course, I'm not going to go less than an hour. But that's my stance on this. TK had no choice of doing this. He had to get this. If he didn't get it, he would have been screwed. Who else is he going to get? There's nobody else now. There's nobody else now. The only thing that they could possibly, and TK, I would be floored if Roman Reigns ended deflecting. I would be floored. Because the only other person that I can think of, and since Brock Lesnar is not under a TKO, UFC, whatever contract, WWE contract, that's the other big fish to get for Tony Khan. Does he go out and lure Brock Lesnar over to AEW? The thing is that if he doesn't have to work as hard, he's not going to do it. And Vince McMahon has a relationship with him, and basically Vince McMahon is going to do whatever he has to get Brock to stay. And that's just that. I said in my preview and predictions that I wanted to interact with you people a lot. Please do me a favor. If you can't do it in the comments section, go reach me out on my social media platforms. Tell me, give me 5 people from AEW that you would like to have defected to go to WWE and reversed. I want to see. I want to gauge your thoughts and everything. But for the people who are literally beating off last night, please do me a favor. Give yourself blue balls and jerk off to something that would actually, be like shocking. I mean, come on now. Like maybe down the line, maybe AMJF going to WWE or maybe somebody else coming back. Come on. It's enough is enough. It's not a big deal. All right. It's not a big deal. It's a little like, wow, like, oh my God, he actually left. But it's not that big. It's been done before. Hulk Hogan. The Outsiders. Do I have to keep going down? I don't think so. So I will be back here actually Thursday at 2 p.m. for episode 309. Because after SmackDown, I'm going live with my preview and predictions of Fastlane. And then as soon as that's over, I know I'm going to be a glutton for punishment, but I don't want to be doing this on Sunday. I'm going to actually go live on Saturday night with the review. So please, there's a lot coming this week. We're going to also unbag everything, what's going on with after Wrestledream. I'll talk about what's going to be going on with the outcome, the fallout with Wrestledream, and what we're going to be gearing up for Fastlane. So I want everybody to have a great rest of your week. Please go check out episode 308. Go check out the rest of the content on my YouTube channel. Please like, share, subscribe, and turn on the bell for all notifications. Please go check out My Astro Classics at myastroclassics.com. Please go check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. Please go check out Deathwish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. And please go check out hogwrestling.net for House of Glory. I want to let people know on X, the live, you have to now pay now to interact with me. So I'm going to put up a poll on my social media, which is Twitter, which is X. I'm gonna try to go back to doing Impact reactions. I would want to do it either on TikTok or Instagram Live or Facebook Live, whichever one that I want to decide on. But I can't interact with you. I can't even do DMs because you have to subscribe, which I think is ridiculous. So I'll put the poll up today, and I will do it up until Thursday, and you are the voice. And if it comes out even, I ain't doing it. I'm just gonna watch it like a regular Thursday and just enjoy it and relax for the evening. So I will see you on Thursday at 2 p.m. for episode 309. I want everybody to have a great rest of your week, and now we're doing Fastlane, so I'll see you on Thursday. I love you all, and have